All right, so I'm at Bandera and Verde Creek, and that way is City Hall. This is the area where my grandparents lived and where my parents built their house, and they bought it out down this bought it out for flood control. So they widened the creek, widened Verde Creek. It looks like they're getting ready eventually to extend this under Bandera, and the next stage would be to connect it to Raymond Rinkus Park. And my thoughts on the topic, I feel like it's a good, the creekways are an excellent city investment. It's definitely sad that we lost the houses. But there's Planet Bike. That was my goal, was to get to Planet Bike and ask about his opinion on my very old Specialized Cross Trail Sport, which is I got in 2009 as a gift from my company. Probably one of the best Christmas gifts ever. But here is the Greenway. It's a little marker that will, there you go, trail map. There is the expanded City Hall. I think the old City Hall is just up there. The guy at Planet Bike said my bicycle is in excellent condition and just needs to be cleaned. So I'll have to get some stuff to degrease the chain and the sprockets and clean that up, and then re-lube everything. So the creekway here runs parallel to Verde Rd. So you can see there's John's house. It had a little well in the front. I don't know if it still has the well in the front. John was somebody I went to. Oh, there's a bike repair station just right there. John was one of my classmates from elementary school. Here is a little bridge they've built. I think this was might have been Megan Collier's house. You know, they live next to a little, it's a little disorienting because they've regraded all of this. So I know they've widened the creek to handle more water, but right now we would be riding probably through houses at the moment.
Total distance 10 miles. Total time 1 hour 11 minutes and 14 seconds. Split speed 2.8 miles per hour.
It's like a hawk or something. Put this like cedar fence up. This is one of the newer houses that they built, kind of right before they bought the land on on this side of the street. And there is the house that was almost directly across from my parents' dream house. And so this, see, there's some hackberries, and looks like a crepe myrtle, some live oaks. I think these were probably planted by Dad at some point. I think that was the Hodie's live oak tree. So this would have been right where my parents' house was. And you can see, I think probably their house would have been about there. And they have significantly widened the creek. It would have gone all the way back to like, you know, like right there, and then sloped down much steeper. They've made it a real wide, shallow slope down to the creek bed. So the houses don't flood. So you're welcome, houses on the other side of the street. You have a gift of Greenway. I always thought the houses on the other side of the street, they got a pretty sweet deal. Once all this stuff becomes parkland, they've got, I'd love to live right on a Greenway trail. Gingerbread house. Planting a bunch of stuff. Looks like some of the trees got caught in the drought, but got some persimmons. That's pretty cool. Red buds. That's a cedar elm. I think this was the neighbor house that did not want to sell. The ones that ran over my bicycle when I was a kid, because I parked it in their front driveway and behind one of their cars, and they backed over it. That is a new creek. Used to be a house there. There's some pecans. I think these may have been pecans that Grandpa had planted. All right, second part. So here's the posts. Grandpa may have put those in, I'm not sure, but we used to walk around them to go for walks down here. That used to be an open field. Now it's a soccer field, which is interesting. So they have the apartments here. There's a new neighborhood across the way. But yeah, there was a neighbor's house just past those trees, but they have taken it out. And now they've added that new drainage ditch just over there. But right there used to be my grandpa's house. And so now they've got this big kind of cul-de-sac thing, and Grandma and Grandpa's house would have been right kind of in the center of this picture. But you can see up Verde Rd. They've come back down, so this actually connects. This is what I rode up on to get from my house. So my video is getting hot, or my camera's getting hot, so it's hard to. Those are probably live oaks that Grandpa planted. Red oak. Again, Grandpa probably planted that. There's a crepe myrtle. So that was bordering the field we used to walk on. There's a mesquite. That's the mesquite that always laid down in the front yard. So it's very disorienting because they've regraded this whole area for the flood control. So I've seen these trees and I'm thinking, I think I recognize that one as maybe the one, like these trees may have been right next to the barn. Used to have a sheet metal roof, sheet metal barn that Grandpa and my uncles built. There's some mesquite trees clustered around there. So this is probably around kind of the backside of the property, but there's the soccer field. I mean, I feel like this area, if they were gonna take the land away and tear it up, which again, everyone got paid all right for it. Probably better than they would if they'd sold it in normal circumstances. But I'm glad at least that they turned it into something. I'm glad they turned it into something that's public use. It seems like it's a benefit. I love the Greenway system, so I'm glad they're connecting it up, adding miles of trails. I just wish I lived directly on it. There's another bike repair stand. Kind of nice that they got a bike pump. Air up your tires. So yeah, I could go all the way down. So that would have been probably the end of the little street where we went for walks. There used to be a little street that went and ended in nothing. I can keep going that way, or I can go back. I'm not sure which way. I'm not sure. That probably goes to one of the new neighborhoods. But I think I came from that way. So anyway, that's it.